maintain it. So that is some questions we get frequently, so hopefully this helps clarify things. If you ever have any more questions, we're always available to help. You can reach out to us by phone or by email. Our contact information is on our website. So thanks again for your purchase. I think you're going to really love your unit. Hopefully this video helps answer any of your questions you might have. And without further ado, let's get into it. So the first piece that we are going to use is this. This is the grill. Your grill looks something like this. It is what sits at the bottom of your stove, and it's what your combustion materials, either your wood, paper, etc., will sit on top of. So this is the first thing we'll put into the stove. The second piece is this middle cover. So the middle cover sits about here. This is just to isolate the burn area. To be honest, we're actually getting rid of this in our future stove designs. So if you've received one of our earlier models, you may still receive one of these, but in the future, we are discontinuing this middle isolation cover. So you may or may not receive one, but if you do receive one, you'll put it into the stove next, and it'll sit in kind of a middle position here. The final piece is the top cover. So your top cover will sit on top of the whole stove apparatus. If you've received one with the middle cover, it'll have these hooks. As those hook underneath the handle of the middle cover. If you have one of our newer models that doesn't have the middle isolation cover, it won't have these hooks. But either way, this top piece you'll know because it's it fits the mouth of the stove. So we'll put this on last. So how to use the stove is fairly simple. So you'll notice your stove has two slots. There's a larger slot on the right and a smaller slot on the left. So on the right is where you will put your wood. So this is a larger opening, and this is where you'll put your wood or other combustion materials. We'll put in through this hole here. The side slot is what we call the baffle, or the air hole, basically. This is how air will get into your stove so that you can burn the wood. The wood obviously needs air to burn and to combust and produce heat. So the stove lid, this top piece can slide. You'll see here, you can slide it, open it, and close it. So as you slide it to the right, it will reveal more of the air slot here. So when you're using it, you need to have this partially slid open. So you need to have a piece of this hole revealed, a piece of this air baffle, so that air can get into the fire. If it's fully closed, you won't get any combustion because no air can get into the fire. So the bigger you open this, the faster your wood will burn and the hotter your wood will burn. The more air you let into the fire, the higher temperature you will get to. Just be aware they also consume the most wood, so you'll need to add wood more frequently to your stove. If you want to just have it at more of a gentle burn at a lower temperature, you want to have this slid more closed and only have a smaller slot air baffle open. And then if you want to put your fire out, you can fully close it like this. It'll choke the fire, and then the fire will go out on its own. We don't recommend pouring water into the stove because it's difficult to get out after you poured it in. So we just recommend closing this, and the fire will extinguish itself because it will be starved of oxygen. So just make sure this is totally sealed. That's basically how to use it. The farther open you have, faster burn time, hotter burn, more slid if you have, slower burn, lower temperature, and then fully closed, fire extinguished. And then just in terms of maintenance, we provide some tools. So these will come in your kit as well. This is a poker, so you can use it with your stove. You can push this in to agitate the wood, move the wood around. The stove obviously gets quite hot, so you won't want to be putting your hand right in there to touch the wood, just in case you touch the side of the stove, it could burn you. So we provide this poker to agitate the wood. And then we also provide this ash catcher. So this is to clean out the ash. So you insert this in, and you scoop your ash up and pull it out and dump it. So you will have ash build up in the bottom of your stove. We provide this in order to clear out the ash and keep the stove empty and well functioning. So these are the two tools you'll get.